Welcome back. D2 Philosopher here. So today we're going to be talking about the Dragon Paladin. And this guy is actually one of the characters that I used the most when I just started this account. And it's still recently very new because I just started playing again. But this is the guy that I used to do most of my rune farming. He's really good for rune farming just because of how much he can clear, and really with little ease. So let's get into it here. I'll show you guys the stats and all the gear I'm using. The reason I actually just respec this character back into the Dragon Paladin because he was actually the Fist of Heaven's holy shock paladin I was playing before is because I found an item. And this item actually made me super curious about the build again, so I respect and tried it out, and that's awesome. So I'm going to show you guys here. So pretty much for our stat points, we have strength, just enough obviously to wear the gear, just like most builds out there. Dexterity, enough so you can get max block. Once I have holy shield on, it jumps it up. Vitality, all your points obviously into vitality. Energy, nothing. Okay, so my resistances aren't really good. Obviously my fire resistance, because I have a fire, where is it? Here it is. No, yes. Alright, obviously is taking a huge chunk of my resistance out. So basically this build, obviously we're doing the 3 auras of holy fire. Okay, so we got Hand of Justice, which gives us 16 to Holy Fire. We have Dragon Archon Plate, which gives us 14 to Holy Fire. And then a Dragon Shield as well, which is another 14 Holy Fire. All of those will stack up, so our pulse damage on Holy Fire is going to be pretty high. For our amulet, I just put in the Rising Sun just because of the fire absorb, so it helps, for making your character a little bit more tanky, especially in Chaos Sanctuary and things like that. We have Silkweave mesh boots. These ones can be changed. I just didn't have anything else. I actually probably would put in War Travelers or something like that with Magic Find on them, because this build is lacking in the Magic Find department. But our rings now, Karen Wind, again, I put that one on just for the lifesteal, and damage goes to mana, which is good as well. Thunder Gods, okay, for survivability, especially when you're doing Baal runs. For those souls, if they hit you, they don't one-shot kill you wearing this. But you obviously still need to be super careful. Next one is Ravenfrost. Ravenfrost, just so I can't be frozen. There's really no other use for it. The cold absorb is nice, I guess, as well. But moving over to our gloves, soul drainers. I was gonna put on Drax, but this works as well. And the nice thing about the soul drainers is it has mana stolen per hit, 5% mana stolen per hit. So that's important, especially when you're fighting and your mana depletes to nothing. So the one item actually that made me redo this build, because I used to use Flickering Flame up here, but I just found this rare circlet, and it inspired me. So it's got 2 Paladin skill levels, enhanced defense 114%, damage reduction by 4, poison length reduced by 50%, and then a level 2 teleport, 25 charges. So the level 2 teleport was honestly probably the big draw on this circlet, because otherwise this build has no movability. Without teleport,
Yes.
kind of limits you to a lot of things that you can do, just because it's a pain running through things without teleport.
Good
So
day.
as soon as I found that, I was like, well, I better respec and try this build now. So you can see it's still pretty strong build. I'm going to take it out here, take them to, I don't know, do Chaos Sanctuary, just so you guys can see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I didn't even show you my swap, because my swap's terrible. It doesn't really even matter. Call to Arms, which only has 1 to battle order, so it's probably the worst thing you could ever use. And then Phoenix Shield with super low defense. But they serve their purposes. The Phoenix Shield allows you to heal up while you're on the run pretty seamlessly, as you can see here. So virtually just put on your conviction aura. Oh, I didn't even go through the skills, damn it. Alright, well here, let's do skills. First, let's just make sure this guy dies. Alright. So, for the skills. Defensive auras, we have fire resist maxed out, or resist fire maxed out. Obviously, because it's a synergy for your holy fire. This is actually what bumps up your damage and makes it worthwhile using the dragon setup. And as well, also salvation, which is also a synergy, so it's going to do the same thing as the resist fire. I put one into defiance. I don't know, just because. Why not? And then for our offensive auras, we have conviction maxed out. Okay, everything else is just 1 point wonder, just so we can get down to conviction. Combat skills, we have zeal. Okay, maxed out zeal, just so we can hit the guys with that have, you know, fire immune and that are a little bit more tanky versus this build. And the extra points into sacrifice, just because it boosts up your zeal damage. And then everything else is just 1 point wonders, right? So we can have holy shield as well. So there's the skills, and let's keep going here. As you can see, my terrible battle orders going. Oh, but having that teleport is a super nice feature on this guy. Just makes it super easy to farm that way. You can see I don't even have a merc or anything like that running, because honestly you don't really need it. Not with this guy. You could have a merc. I do have one actually on this build. He's dead, so leave him dead. But you can see, you know, just as a solo character, he does pretty well going through all of these guys. Pretty good speed. And that's pretty much the build. You just walk around, sealing everything. Everything starts popping most of the time, actually, before you even get to it, because of your conviction and Shunder's charm, taking away all the resistance from the enemies. We'll just do a quick run around here to see our pulse damage. Right, so you can see it's pretty strong. I was using Flickering Flame before I found this Paladin Circuit, and Flickering Flame obviously gave me a little bit more power on my pulse damage for the Holy Fire, but it has no teleport, so kinda sacrifice the damage for the movability. Clear up these guys, get the circles. These ones are actually fire immune, so I'll take them off. A couple hits, heal up, switch, and switch back. That's the only use that Phoenix Shield has, because it's honestly a really low defense. So it works pretty well for this build here. For the other one, the Fist of Heaven's build I was using on this character, actually, I didn't even use the Phoenix at all. There wasn't much point. This one, though, it does come in handy once in a while. See, my buff's already gone. So powerful though. It takes care of all these guys pretty well, honestly. Not many characters in the game that can do that. Obviously I'm not hitting a lot because my attack rating isn't super high. I did try doing this build using the Angelic set, just so that you could raise up the attack rating and be more efficient with your hits, but it really didn't work well. The survivability using the Angelics wasn't good because there was no fire absorb, so Chaos Sanctuary in here was difficult, but you did hit more often. But you can see even only hitting how much 64% of the time, still means it's pretty good. So, let's some stuff here. we get? I don't want that.
I can't
that.
carry anymore.
Rib cracker. Yeah. I don't need that. Let's take this, so I'll put that back in. Only thing about this build is it is a little expensive. So when you're playing, obviously because you're using teleports from charges, from equipment, that equipment you have to repair every single time. You can see I'm down to 23 charges because I teleported, I guess, only twice in there. But whatever. Quick repair and you're good to go. So just make sure you're grabbing whatever you have around you for items to sell. And yeah, let's take a look here really quickly at the Worldstone Keep. Maybe we'll get souls. You guys can kind of see how he works down here. As you can see, just nice things. Virtually don't really have to worry about souls because they should be pretty much disappearing off your screen before you get there. But, you know, for rune finding and just walking around, he's awesome. The only thing is our better chance of getting magic items is only 26%, so that is super low. Obviously, if I had War Traveler's Boots or something like that, or even maybe switched my gloves out, because I do have a ring with life and mana steel on it. So I could switch that out, put in like Chancer's gloves so that a little bit more magic find with those War Traveler boots. Might be able to get it up to around 100. So it may make a difference, but for runes it doesn't matter, right? Runes, just about how many monsters you kill, how fast you kill them. So he is awesome for rune finding. You know, at the end of the day, it really comes down to however you like to play it. Play it that fucking way. You know, I'm not going to say this guy never dies, but he is a super nice build. If you just want to pick up, run around, and see if you can find some stuff. There's a rune already. Not a good one, obviously, but verifying what I said. And everyone, these guys don't die super easily. But that little bit of life leech and also mana leech is pretty much good to go under all these circumstances. You can see I don't even have my buffs on right now. It doesn't really even make a difference. That's why I don't worry too much about having Merc with me or not. Obviously you could, and he would be a lot stronger, but you know, you could do an Act 2 mercenary with the Might Aura, which is obviously awesome for Zeal because it's going to boost your damage. But as you can see, like I said, it's not super necessary. You can do it without. And then whenever your life gets down, just switch, get your Phoenix working, and you're back to the money. So we'll do this Baal run just so you guys can kind of see the potential, I guess, of this build. There's a whole lot of different items that you could actually... Oh, I almost died there, see? Be careful. Maybe I'll pot. Okay. So yeah, like I said, he's not invincible, he's just super strong. So you do gotta be careful. Make sure you get those full rejuvenation potions whenever you run into him. And you'll be alright. But once you get to Baal, it's pretty much just this. You sit here, drink a little bit of coffee, maybe give him a shot. There we go. Which, you know, There's no bodies left. Okay. As you can see, he just completely destroys everyone. And that 50% poison length is what it says, right? Reduces poison duration by 50%. So you can see that amulet just giving me health. It's just absorbing all the fire damage. Buff, get my shield going. Circlet. Does it have anything? Alright, so one more, and then we'll go kill Baal. So you can see the damage is super high, almost 8,000, 7,500 damage on the deal. Yeah, which doesn't suck. And with that life and mana steal, you're pretty much good to go. You know, the only thing is you gotta be careful with those souls, like you just saw. They can take you out. So we'll do Baal real quick. I don't know what my chance to hit on Baal is. Let's see here. It's 60%, so that's not bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. And that's a Holy Fire Paladin. So, or Dragon Paladin, whatever you want to call them. That teleports. So that teleporting is really the reason that I brought this build back into play.
Good to see you.
That teleport feature is so handy, especially if you wanted to do, you know,
Good afternoon.
runes for, in, what's it called? The Lost Tower? I forget now. Black Marsh. Right? So pretty much with this build, I think the main things that you guys really want to focus on is making sure your stats are going to be in the right spots. You absolutely have to have the resist fire and the acceleration just so you get the damage from your gear. Otherwise, your holy fire is not going to hit like you want it to. And also your conviction. So those are just really the main things. I think my conviction, I put too many points in, to be honest with you, because I maxed it out. I don't think you have to max it out. I think 150 or a negative 150 resist all is the top. So I think you can actually get to that before hitting 20 base stats and conviction. So I probably could have, you know, allocated some of the skills into sacrifice or zeal. Or even Holy Shield for a little bit better block and survivability. But overall, that is the Dragon Paladin that teleports. And if you have any questions, comment, subscribe, and like below. And see you next time. D2 Philosopher here.